Hi, welcome to my channel, Triple Digit Transformation. My name is Kelly, and I'm a 59-year-old mother of three grown sons and a grandmother, and I lost over 120 pounds using a GLP-1. If you are struggling with food noise, plateaus, or just trying to manage your weight with the GLP-1, stick around because I'm going to be sharing everything on here, starting today with my backstory, and then going forward with updates each week. Don't forget to subscribe and click the notification bell so you'll be notified when I update again. One note before I get into this, I am not a doctor. This is just my story. Always consult your own healthcare provider for what is best for you. That's what I did. I have been struggling with my weight my whole life. I'm 5'1" tall, and in June of 2024, I weighed 282 pounds. I suffered from PCOS for years, and then menopause was just horrible. I gained so much weight. Inflammation intensified. I had joint pain from arthritis. I couldn't sleep due to the pain in my hips and shoulders. Getting out of bed felt like I was 80, not in my mid 50s. And I was on meds for hypertension, pain, muscle aches, and getting cortisone shots in my hips every 5 months for bursitis. I was also in physical therapy twice a week. Every year, I had planted a garden and canned food for our family. Got to the point to where the pain was so bad, I couldn't even do that. I decided I could do this. I'll just eat less and move more. I was trying so hard to watch everything I ate. The food noise was deafening, especially in the evening hours. I was able to lose 13 pounds and then it just stalled. I saw my doctor and my dietitian, and we decided that it was time to add in Zepbound. It took a bit to get the insurance approvals, but in September of 2024, 269.6 pounds, I took my first shot, the 2.5 starting dose. First thing I noticed was inflammation going down. I lost 6.2 pounds that very first week. And in the first month, I lost 15 pounds. The best part was the joint pain had dramatically gotten better, and the food noise, it was gone. I worked consistently with my dietitian on meal and exercise plans and tracked everything. In the beginning, I only did chair exercises. I would sit in my chair and work out with bands and hand weights, but it was movement, so that was a good thing. I went to 5.0 for the next 2 months and continued to lose, averaging about 3 pounds per week, which was awesome. I got an elliptical for under my desk to keep movement going when sitting at my desk at work. It really helped keep my hips looser. And then I went up to 7.5 in December, which was month 4. That was also the month I went to go see my rheumatologist. I weighed 227 pounds. That was over 50 pounds down from the last time I had seen him. He did his cortisone shots on my hips, and he was so excited that I had lost the weight. And he said he hoped that I wouldn't have to come back next time in 5 months to get it done and that he wouldn't have to see me again, which is what happened. He did not have to see me again. I have not been back to get shots. I have to say, 7.5 was definitely my sweet spot. I saw my dietitian every month and we went over all of my tracking and made adjustments to meals and exercise as needed. And on March 15th, I hit Wonderland. You know, that day where the first number on the scale was a 1, it was 199.8, but it was a 1. So I was thrilled. The best part, I could walk without pain. I was sleeping better. I could go up and down the stairs at work and not get out of breath, and I could do it walking normally. Not the one step, one step, one step. Yeah, for the first time in my adult life, I was eating real food and still losing weight. It was amazing. By April, I was titrating off of all of my meds. Another big milestone was on May 27th. I hit the 100-pound down from my June 2024 weight of 282 pounds that started this whole journey. And I weighed in at 181.7 pounds. I had also went up to 10 milligrams that week after 6 months on 7.5. Then the dreaded CVS Caremark announcement came. No more Zepbound. Wegovy would now be the new preferred meds. And in August, I was down to 166 pounds. I started on the 1 milligrams of Wegovy. In a few weeks, joint pain started coming back. I was getting headaches, and the weight loss had slowed down. The next month, I went up to 1.7. Everything was worse. And then the vomiting started and became unbearable. After 3 weeks of throwing up daily, it was like being pregnant all over again, and I could not take it. I took my last shot of Wegovy on September 27th, and my doctor started trying to get a new prior authorization. I ended up getting on compounded tirzepatide so that I could hold myself over until we got all the approvals, hopefully. And within a week, the joint pain was going away again. No more headaches, no more nausea, and it was wonderful. After repeated denials on the PA, I went to Claimable, and I used their program to file an appeal. We had 6 denials. It was absolutely ridiculous, even though we had documented everything. When I filed the appeal, I attached copies of everything, the dietitian notes, the rheumatologist notes, all the medicine I came off of, all my blood work, the fact that I had gained muscle while losing fat throughout the whole process. I had the documentation for that, and everything was sent in. Caremark received it on 11/1, and on 11/10, it was approved. I got the notification that I got Mounjaro for a year. I started crying. I just kept looking at my phone and I was like, this is so unbelievable. I can't believe that I won, but I won. The next day, I got my Mounjaro in the mail from my pharmacy. I live in a small town, so the pharmacy is in another town. They send all our prescriptions. I do want to add one thing. These meds are a tool, not a magic cure. Take it and add it to your tool belt. That is what I did, along with what my dietitian and my physical therapist taught me what to eat and how to move. It was all tools that went into my tool belt so that I could get to this point. When I first started this journey, I said I wanted to lose half my weight, which would have been 140 pounds. 141, but I put in 140 as my goal weight. And right now, I'm 9 pounds away from that. I really didn't think it was possible, but it is. And you can keep going and you can do this. So if you want to know more and hear more about how my journey is going and the things that I've went through over the last 14 months in the process of losing over 120 pounds, hit the like, subscribe, and the notification bell. Please leave your comments and questions in the comment section below. That way I know what you'd like to hear in the next. Let's get to know each other. Thanks. Hope you guys have a great day.